Hi there and welcome to this Sonic Academy Traktor Pro tutorial where we're going to have a look at the effects section on Traktor and show you some really cool effect techniques that you can try out. For those of you who haven't maybe watched the previous tutorials, I'm going to give you a quick overview before we start of how you go about selecting effects and switching between advanced and chained mode. So firstly, we'll go into the effects menu and preferences. We click on our preferences and we have effects here. We're going to be working with insert effects in this tutorial, but of course if you are using an external mixer you can opt to use send effects here by selecting there. We're going to use 2 effects units, but you can of course have up to 4 effects units per deck, giving you even greater control. And if you want to select which decks are operating which effects units, you switch them on and off using these buttons here. We're going to start off working with effects unit 1 in chained mode. Now chained mode is where we have 3 effects, where we have 3 drop downs there, and we can choose from those drop downs what the effects are. We also have control over 1 parameter per effect, on off switches, and of course our dry wet control. On the second effects unit we're going to use the advanced mode. The advanced mode basically is for 1 effect, but it gives us 3 parameters generally to work with. Some will be 2 parameters, and you have your dry wet, your on off control there as well, but it gives you greater level of control using the advanced mode than you would have in chained mode. The preferences is also where you look if you want to remove any unwanted effects from the drop down menu. Say for example you don't use flanger flux and you don't want to see it every time you open up a drop down, you can remove it from there. If you want to put filter up at the very top of the drop down menu, you just move it up, and then the next time we open it you'll see filter at the top. So that's a quick overview of the effects section there in the preferences. What we're going to do now is show you some pretty cool techniques to get you started. First one we're going to look at is a technique that you would sometimes hear Richie Hawtin using in his sets. To do this we are going to set up a delay T3 just on this effects unit 2 here, but you can use either effects unit if you wish. We are in advanced mode for delay T3 as well. So our settings for this, we keep our filter at around 12 o'clock, put your feedback up to around 3 o'clock, and you can start off your rate there, but we're going to use this free rate button here to activate what you will hear as a sort of pitch effect. So I'm going to play a loop that I have saved here, and you can hear how this works. Switch on. And it's as simple as that. You can mess around with that as much as you want, using pretty much the rate button here to control the pitch sound that you heard there, and your dry wet control here just to adjust it. But don't adjust your dry wet control too much, because when you slam it back out there'll be a big drop in the volume there.